Yo, what's going on? It's D-Man bringing to you some NBA 2K19. Although we're at the part today on NBA 2K19, I'm talking about builds, archetypes on NBA 2K20. So just off the news that we know, we're going to talk about the overpowered builds on 2K19 and kind of see if they'll be overpowered on NBA 2K20 from what we know so far. Now, like I said, Mike Baluba, Mike Wayne, Mike Wong, whatever you call him, he was on Twitter just spilling the tea the other day, man. Spilling the tea, and we're able to learn a lot about NBA 2K20. So the gameplay is alright. You know, we're going against Trap again. We're going against Deadman. And you know, I have my boys Dooms and Beanie on the court. Slasher Gang, Strange Range Gang in the building. So first off, shout out to Noti Gang holding it down. Shout out to everybody coming through and supporting. But we're going to jump into this video. If you ask around, I think there will be three main builds that people think are overpowered on NBA 2K19. Of course, the pure lockdown, a stretch, and then the post score just because of the takeover. So let's go ahead and talk about what we know about, man, I don't want to say lockdowns because I still don't know if archetypes are coming back or inside-outside balance are coming back. I still don't know. But let's say lockdowns, you know, the actual term lockdown is coming back for NBA 2K20. So we have a new read and react defense on NBA 2K20, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people are talking about this because a lot of people are shook. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of shook. You know, I'm not gonna front and act like I'm just cool. Nah, man, we're gonna see how this read and react defense works out. And if you don't know what read and react defense in NBA 2K20 is, basically when guarding the ball, defensive players will see a small arrow under the ball handler indicating which way they're leaning or attempting to go. I think Swante said this, and I think I'm gonna say it too. Yo, lockdowns may have a Mangekyo Sharingan on NBA 2K20. Not only that, but under the ball handler, you will also notice the indicating ring change from a solid circle to a broken up line. If that broken up line pops up, that means you're vulnerable to getting ripped. That means not only do they have a Mangekyo Sharingan, but when those broken up lines pop up, that's like Renegon status right there, bro. That is malicious. So a lot of people are talking about this, saying lockdowns are going to be overpowered again. You know what I'm hoping? Like, for real, I'm hoping that we're able to take advantage of this as an offensive player, because Mike, he did talk about change of pace a lot and change of direction a lot, which is important when dribbling. So maybe if you're a player like Swante, and I only say Swante because I brought him up earlier and he can ISO really well. So maybe if you're a player like Swante, you can use that to your advantage. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping. You tell your defender you're going this way when you're actually going another way. Now, how are you gonna do that? We'll see, bro, we'll see. We're all gonna be labbing. Like I said, on 2K20, I wanna learn how to dribble. I've always been a shooter, a dunker, a post scorer even, but I've never been able to dribble on 2K. So 2K20 might be the game to learn on, because I feel like this can go either really good and produce a skill gap, or really bad and lockdowns are just OP again. Either way, I'm gonna tell you what I told you all when I got back from LA last year from playing NBA 2K19 early. I think that lockdowns will be needed on your team again. And on your team, I mean on your Pro-Am team, you know? I think that's really where lockdowns shine. Not saying they don't shine at the park or the stage, but I think lockdowns really shine in Pro-Am. And so if you play 19, you know how valuable a lockdown is. And I know it's gonna be somebody in the comments. Me and my team play without the lockdown. Congrats, we do too. Just saying, having a lockdown doesn't hurt anybody on the court at all, bro. Except the other team, and you can straight jump people on the other team if you have a couple lockdowns. So yeah, lockdowns on NBA 2K20, they sound pretty interesting. We'll see how it goes, but that read and react, hopefully it separates the good dribblers from the bad ones, and hopefully it separates the good defenders from the bad ones too. I think we'll be able to see who's a highly skilled lockdown and who isn't. So we'll see, man, we'll see. So let's move on to the next archetype, a stretch big. Anybody that can space the floor. Now the stretch big was pretty interesting, right? Because they did what they were supposed to do, which is knock down shots. But I feel like they kind of did that too well. And my issue with the stretch big isn't even shooting, especially if I'm like 6'4". It is what it is. My problem with the stretch big is that I could not rip him. That was my main problem. As a slasher with silver pickpocket, I can rip playmakers, you know, the play sharp build, any shooting guard, any small forward, lockdowns, any build could be ripped except for a stretch big, which did not make sense to me. But a lot of people also had issues with how well the stretch big could shoot. So let's see what Mike said about the stretch big in NBA 2K20. Now, part of this issue comes down to the shot contest system, and the shot contest system was all over the place this year on NBA 2K19. It got complained about on day one, and it kept getting changed. A lot of people asked me how I felt about it, but you all know how I feel about these changes in gameplay. We're gonna hoop regardless, man. Change the game as much as you want. We adapt around here. People that watch my channel, you know we adapt. You see it every single year, bro. Every single year. And so that's what we do. But that doesn't make it right, though. So let's go ahead and talk about the shot contest system on NBA 2K20. Mike says that they're always trying to improve the logic for shot contest and adding more tools to be able to tune different aspects of it for different modes. He also said you will be able to see the percentage of the shot contest instead of a generalized text. So I like the latter of that statement for sure, bro. Now, like I said, the shot contest is always changing. So who knows how accurate this part of the video would be 3 or 4 months from now. But I'll say, for the most part on 2K19, the shot contest, I just don't know. It ended up being to where you had to jump at people in order to get a real contest. There was a point in the game where if you were just near your opponent, I'm talking about don't jump, don't put a hand up. If you were just near him, you got to lightly contest. I think that was the worst system. And honestly, when the game came out, I did not mind the shot contest system, personally. Because if you were close to somebody, but never put a hand up, the shot was considered open. I did not mind that at all. But now we're getting percentages, and we'll see how it works out. Like I said, it'll be a bunch of trial and error. We'll have to lab shot contest to see how it works out. So now I guess it will say like 70% contested, 80% contested. Hopefully I'm not shooting heavily like that. You know what I mean? Probably like 30-40% contested, you know? So the shot contest will be better on those stretch bigs on NBA 2K20. Also, Mike said that stretch bigs in the build that they have now are fumbling the ball pretty easily. And so that's always good to hear, because stretch bigs, they should not be putting the ball on the floor. Doing a normal 2 crossover up court, going behind the back, that should be cookies every single time, bro. So hopefully it is on NBA 2K20. Now, a stretch big, I don't want to say stretch bigs are dead. That's what people are saying. But if you know how to play 2K, or if you have a team that know how to utilize players, like every year, I'll come out here with a slasher, a dunker, and do work. If you know how to utilize archetypes, if you know how to play basketball, any build can be effective. I don't believe any build is dead. So I'm not going to say the stretch big is dead. Just know that they will be nerfed a little bit. And that sounds like a really good thing that happened for 2K20, because I'm not going to lie, it was kind of OD. Like I said, I could not rip them. They were dribbling. They were dancing, just glitchy off ball. It was tough to see. It was a tough scene if you had to check a stretch big. So for the last one, let's talk about the pure post scorer, or not the pure post scorer, just post scorers in general. Now, post scorers have this takeover where it's completely OD. And I don't know, like takeover, in my opinion, is supposed to be OD. A slasher takeover is OD. A playmaker takeover is OD. But post scorers is pretty much a scorer every single time. And so I can see why people are upset about it. I only play with post scorers. I don't play against them because I don't play twos. I don't play the stage. And people don't run them in Pro-Am. We do, but most people don't. So I will say post scorers need to be nerfed a little bit, especially with that takeover. And it turns out that most of the throw-off animations have been nerfed on NBA 2K20. If they're not nerfed, then they have been removed from the game. So that's good to hear for all those people that hated the post score takeover. I don't blame you. Now let's talk about slashers. A lot of people are saying slashers need to be bugged. Now, as a pure slasher, I'm not going to agree or disagree with that statement. But Mike also said that in the build that they have now, slashers might be a little bit OP. Look, man, I say just leave them alone, Mike, to be honest. If anything, just give me the Krabby Patty formula so I can have the best slasher out here. Again, nah, let me chill, bro. I'm playing. I know how y'all get. I'm playing. Look, slashers, they're kind of OD, but I'm not going to say how or in which way, but they're definitely OD, man. A fun build to use. And we'll see how they work in NBA 2K20. Like I said, I'll make a build video on NBA 2K20 soon. I'll let you know what builds I'm making. But we also need to know what archetypes we have. I still don't know the route they're going. If you can enlighten me, let me know. It should be my job, but I just don't know, man. I don't keep up with everything. So let me know what you think in the comments below. You all be easy. Peace.